So for this week, our topic is to essentially orally recite a letter that we would to our child if we have one currently, or in the case of someone like me who doesn't have a child yet, their future child, or if you already have kids, maybe a grandchild. So for me, the letter will of course be to a future child because I don't have any children. And so here we go. I don't know who you are yet, but I want you to know that I love you and that doesn't change based upon circumstance or who you date or who you know or what religion you follow or what parts of our household you carry with you after you leave. And the best thing that I could ever teach you is kindness and compassion and love. And if you ever were to reject the faith that I raised you in, those would be the three things that I would want you to understand. That love is sacrificial, that it happens not based upon condition. You don't do it just to get something in return. It's a selfless act that sometimes is painful, that at times you don't feel rewarded for it, and you may even feel punished because you do love people genuinely, and also because you're kind. And compassion doesn't always leave you feeling warm and fuzzy. Compassion is something that stabs you and makes you wonder why the world is the way it is, but you need that in order to understand that you should not be that way. And then also, I would like to say that I'm sorry. And the reason I'm apologizing is that I selfishly decided to adopt somebody knowing that people take issue with trans people, and I know by the time that I have you, they'll still have an issue with trans parents. And also, if I'm with someone, people won't necessarily know that I'm trans, but then they'll see you also as having gay parents, which once again is something that I already knew would happen, and I knew what that would mean for you in schools. Maybe by then kids will be kind, but administrators still won't be understanding. I bet paperwork still won't be accommodating. And people will make jokes and laugh, and it will be my decision that I put you in this plight. And so I apologize, but I don't apologize for having you. I apologize for not fixing the world before I decided to bring you in. And then also apologize for the confusion, because one day I will explain to you that I'm trans, not because I've been hiding it for years, but so that I'm not putting things in the shadows, to normalize the narrative that trans people exist, we grow up, we have families, and it's fine. And then also, I'm apologizing because you'll probably be a sexual person and I won't really know in depth how to understand that with me being aro-ace, and so we will have to navigate each other by talking and communicating more. So essentially what I'm saying is I basically brought you into a family to do work, which most people usually don't do. They bring people in to love them and to have fun, but you're going to have to work in order for this to be something fruitful. And then also, lastly, I'm going to bring you into a world, and by world I mean our home, that's very, very strange. And by strange I'm saying I have a lot of things that I believe in. So no matter what ethnicity, what race you are, you will be growing up in a home where you will learn about injustice and equality and what it means either for you as a person, as a minority, if you're a minority, or if you're not, what it means to use your privilege to uplift rather than to oppress others. And also, another point of interest that I would like to bring to you is this. Anything that I do is because of something that I know. I have lived this life, I have gone out and seen what is out there, so when you see me as being petty, when you see me as being harsh, it's to prevent an unnecessary pain that you don't necessarily have to go through. Because why make the same mistakes twice? Why pass on the same mistakes to your children? There's no reason for that. And then lastly, your life will be confusing. And here's why it's going to be confusing. Culture Day is already something that is pretty controversial in schools, because you always have that one teacher that thinks that they know more about different cultures than the kids who actually embody that culture. And now if my sister can get points marked off for bringing a pound cake, which is something that's Creole, which is a part of our culture, and being told that that's not her culture because she's black, well, that brings up the complication. I'm black, so I have black culture, but then also I'm interested in so many different cultures that I've some of those things have been added to my life as well. That's what happens when you grow up around a lot of people who actually don't have the same background as you. And because of that, I decided not to teach you English as your first language. And you know what? You might not be a person that to the outside world looks like you should know Spanish because you don't look Hispanic. You don't look Latino, because maybe you're not. But I'm doing that for a reason. And so you're going to have this very interesting day where they ask you, what's your culture? And the reason it's complicated is that, one, you're adopted, so you don't really know a lot about it. So two, you're going to choose the culture that you do know. And what's going to be funny is that you're somehow going to be talking about how your first language was Spanish, your culture is very much the culture of black people in the black community, and then also you're going to have influences from a plethora of cultures from across the world because of my interest in my traveling. And someone's going to tell you, but that's not your culture and it's not right. And what's interesting is that what's important is what you were raised in, not necessarily what your bloodline tells you, because you don't know those people and that's not who made you. What made you who you are is the environment you grew up in. And you know what? That's just fine. And you're going to spend a lifetime educating people, and I hope that's okay with you.